The train screeched to a halt at a small countryside station, its whistle echoing through the hills. Passengers shuffled off, some with heavy suitcases, others with light steps, eager to reunite with loved ones. Among them was Maria, a woman in her late 20s, clutching a worn brown suitcase to her chest. Her dress was simple but neat, her eyes tired but hopeful. She had come across the ocean with nothing but a fragile heart and the promise of a new life. She was a mail-order bride. But as the train pulled away, Maria's smile faded into confusion. She looked around at the small, almost empty station. The sign overhead read a name she did not recognize. This wasn't the city she was supposed to arrive in. She had gotten off at the wrong stop. Maria sat on the bench, gripping her suitcase, panic rising in her chest. The man who was supposed to meet her would be waiting miles away, and she had no money for another ticket. The sky turned gray as clouds gathered, and soon the rain began to fall. Her eyes filled with tears. She had risked everything, left her home, her country, her family, and now she was stranded in a strange land, alone. But just then, a small voice broke through her despair. "Papa, look." Maria lifted her head to see a little girl, no more than 6, pointing straight at her. The girl's dress was faded, her shoes too small, but her smile was as bright as the sun after a storm. She tugged at the hand of a man beside her, tall, weary, dressed in a farmer's coat. "Papa," the little girl whispered again, her eyes wide and shining, "God finally answered us." The man frowned in confusion, following his daughter's gaze to the stranger on the bench. Maria blinked back her tears, unsure what to say, but the child broke free of her father's hand and ran straight to her. "You came," the little girl said breathlessly, wrapping her small arms around Maria's knees. "I told Papa if we prayed hard enough, God would send us a mommy." Maria froze. A mommy. Her heart ached at the word. The man hurried over, pulling his daughter back gently. "I'm sorry, miss," he said awkwardly. "My daughter, she doesn't always understand. We lost her mother 2 years ago. She thinks every kind woman is an answer to her prayers." His eyes softened as he noticed Maria's tear-streaked face, her wet clothes, her lonely suitcase. "Are you lost?" he asked quietly. Maria swallowed hard and nodded. She explained, haltingly, that she had gotten off at the wrong station, that she had no money, no family here, no one to call. The man's expression shifted from suspicion to compassion. "My name's Thomas," he said finally. "This is Anna. You can stay at our farmhouse until we figure things out. The storm's too heavy to leave you here alone." Maria hesitated, clutching her suitcase tighter. But Anna tugged her hand with innocent trust, and something in the child's eyes melted her defenses. She followed them. The farmhouse was small but warm, filled with the smell of fresh bread and wood smoke. Anna chatted endlessly, showing Maria her dolls, her drawings, her little world. Thomas, meanwhile, cooked a simple dinner, bread, soup, and tea. Maria hadn't eaten since morning. When Thomas set the bowl before her, she whispered, "Thank you," her voice trembling. For days that stretched into weeks, Maria stayed with them, helping in small ways. She mended clothes, cooked meals, and laughed with Anna as though she had always belonged. But each night, she lay awake in the small guest room, torn. She knew she was supposed to be somewhere else, with someone else. Yet here, with this little girl who clung to her hand and this man whose quiet kindness steadied her heart, she felt home. One evening, as they all sat by the fire, Anna climbed onto Maria's lap. "Papa," she said softly, "don't let her go. God sent her." Maria's chest tightened, tears filling her eyes. She looked at Thomas, who sat silently, staring into the flames. Finally, he spoke. "I don't know why you got off at the wrong station," he said. "But maybe it wasn't wrong at all. Maybe it was where you were meant to be." Maria's tears fell freely then, her hands trembling as she held Anna close. She realized that sometimes, the wrong turn leads us to the right destination. She had come searching for a new life through an arrangement of convenience, but instead, she had stumbled into a family that truly needed her. Months later, Maria never boarded another train. Instead, she stood in the little farmhouse, wearing a white dress borrowed from a neighbor, her hands clasped with Thomas's as Anna beamed between them. What began as a mistake at a small station became the beginning of a miracle. Because sometimes, God doesn't answer prayers the way we expect. Sometimes, He brings together broken souls on the unlikeliest of paths, weaving sorrow into love, loneliness into belonging, and strangers into family. And Maria, she was no longer a mail-order bride searching for a stranger's promise. She was a wife, a mother, a woman who finally found where she was meant to belong. So remember this, even in our detours, even in our mistakes, miracles can be waiting. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more stories of love, kindness, and the unexpected ways life can change forever.